Good day, guys. I believe you're well. In today's lesson, we are going to look at how to find the surface area of a rectangular prism, which is also called a cuboid. Now, as you can see on the screen, we have our rectangular prism. We have the dimensions indicated as the length, the width, the side, and our height, that side. Alright, now to find the surface area, we're going to deploy the idea or the concept of finding the area of a rectangle. If you do not know how to find the area of a rectangle, please look through the description. You'll find a link to that video. Kindly watch it before you continue with this. Alright, so as we can see, all the faces of this cuboid are rectangles. If we take the front face here, it is a rectangle. If we take the back face, same rectangle, because the front is the same as the back. If we take the right face here, is the same as the back face we have there, and they are both rectangles. Do you see that? Okay, so we are going to find the area of all the 6 rectangles. That will be the total surface area of the whole cuboid. That is the basic idea. So to find the surface area of the cuboid, you are basically finding the areas of all the 6 faces. Got it? Great. So let's take the first face here. Let me color it. All right, this face. What are the dimensions of the face? Let's redraw that. Okay, we have the length, and this side is what? The height. Now let me come back to this. The height you're seeing here, this height, we have how many in the shape? 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. Any given side, we have 4 of it in the shape. Let's look at this. The length we have got here, that is 1, 2, there's another one here, 3, and 4. So each side or each dimension is 4 in the shape. The width, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the width. Got it? Great. So whichever shape, side or face that you take, yes, let's use face, whichever face that you are looking at, you should have 2 dimensions for that shape from the figure. All right, so let's look at how we can find the surface area of this. The length is okay, this face, the front face, we have the length and the height. It is the same as the back face, right? So the area will be, we're trying to create a formula, the length times the height, because it's a rectangle. We know rectangle is the length times the width, but this time the width, it's called the height, because the shape that we have here is a length and a height. I hope that makes sense. All right, so how many are they? We have the front side and the back side here, so there are 2 of them, so we can multiply that by 2. Do we get that? Great. Let us try look at the other shape. So I'm going to write we've done the front face, area was 2, length times the height. What if we take the right face here? What will be the area? So the right face, let us draw that shape. We are going to get this shape, which looks like this. And the dimensions is what? W for the width and H for the height. So how many are they? There are 2 of them. So 2, because this face is the same as that face here. So there are 2 of them. So we have got 2 of the width times the height. Instead of the width, you can use the breadth. It is still allowed. You can use B instead of W. Then we look at the final part, which will be the top face. If we look at the top face here, okay, let me use, all right, this for the top. If you look at the top face, what are the dimensions of the top face we have got here? So the dimensions of the top face will be the length. Remember, this is the length and this is the width now. So it's the length L and the width W. So adding that to our formula, we are going to get 2 of them, because the top is the same as the bottom. So 2 of the length and the width. So this is the formula we are going to use. However, we see that there is a common 2 in the formula. 2 is here, 2 is there, and 2 this side. Then why don't we rewrite this and have only 1 2? So this is going to be 2 times LH plus the BH, which is the breadth. Let's use the breadth instead of the width, which is so the same thing, it doesn't change anything, plus the last one, which is the LB, the length and the breadth. Then we close the bracket. So we are multiplying 2 by the sides. So what we need to know is our length, our height, and our breadth, so that we substitute into the formula. Let us look at our first worked example. So looking at the example on screen, we can see that our length is 10 centimeters. Our breadth is 4 centimeters, and our height is 5 centimeters. Okay, so always you need to write down these 3 information, as those are the ones you are going to use in our working. All right, and we said to find the surface area, we find the area of all the 6 faces. So the surface area should be 2 times the area of the length multiplied by the height plus the length multiplied by the breadth added to the breadth added to multiplied by the height, like this. So that is how we are going to substitute. So now we know this information, which will be easier to substitute into that. We're going to have our area as 2, it's still outside. You know what, you can even work out this differently, then you add them together at the end. Okay, so we have our length and width, length and height, that is 10 and 5. So we're going to have inside the bracket 10 centimeters times 5 centimeters. That will be the length and height this side. Okay, then the next one is the length and breadth. So the length and breadth, we are going to have 10 and 4 centimeters. All right, so this will be added to 10 times 4, that is the length and breadth. Then we add that to the last part, which is the breadth and height. So breadth is 4, height is 5. So you're going to have 4 times 5. Okay, we close the bracket in that way. So what is left is you simplifying the bracket, you get your answer. All right, so we're going to have outside 2 is still outside. Why do we have the 2 out? Because all the faces, that this is one face, that is another face, that is another face. But the length and height, which is the front face, it is the same as the back face. So we have 2 of them. Okay, length and breadth, that is the right face, which is the same as the left face. So 2 of them. The base and height refers to the breadth and height refers to top and bottom, which is also 2 faces. So that's why we have that 2 outside there. Let's simplify. 10 times 5, it's 50. Then we have plus 10 times 4, 40. Then finally, we have 4 times 5, which is so plus 20 here. All right, simplifying the bracket, we are going to get 50 plus 40, which is 90. 90 plus 20, which is 110. So we have a area as 2 times 100, 2 times 110, 110, like that. Okay, remember the units. We are multiplying centimeters by centimeters, and in that order, centimeters times centimeter will be squared centimeters. So we need to write down our unit. All right, so now finally 2 times 110, I'm writing the final answer here. That should be 220 squared centimeters. That's how we find the area. So basically we have found the area of 6 faces. What you can do is just say your length times your height, which is 10 times 5. You get your answer of 50, right? But this is for only the length and the height is the front face. Multiply that by 2. So times 2 will be what? 100. You are done with the front and the back. You can put it somewhere. Then you go to the length and the breadth, which is the bottom, the top and the bottom. So 10 times 4, which is 40. But there are 2 of them. So that will be 40 times 2, 80. So you are done with the top, you are done with the bottom. You put it that somewhere. So we have worked out 2 parts, which are this side, 4 faces now. We are left with the last face, which is the breadth and the height. Breadth and height refers to the 2 end faces, the right face and the left face. The breadth is 4, the height is 5. So 4 times 5 will give us what? 20. That is for 1. Times 2 will also be 40 centimeters. So we have 40. Now we have what? 40, 180. Add them together. That should give you 220 squared centimeters. So you see how I worked out the second method. You can work them individually, then you add them together at the end. All you need is that you have found your area for all the 6 faces of the shape. Get it? Got it? Great. Now I want you to try out the following. Pause the video and work them out. When you're done, come back for the revision. If you are unable to do this, please leave a comment and I'll be glad to assist you further. Have a nice day. Bye.